It's veggies, cheese, and then more mayo than is probably healthy because I'm American. We just call it You Be Dirtles. You Be Dirtlin'. Could we call it You Be Dirtlin'? That sounds better. That sounds much better. This can't possibly be a keep, right? I guess Augur kinda clears Brainstorm. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Let's start the night off making bad decisions. Or start the league off making bad decisions. If we hit, like, an island or any of our other cantrips, this hand is just really good. Perfect. That's a card that draws a card. That's like a cantrip, right? It's identical to a cantrip. Stream Decker, thank you. A couple other people asked about that too. Too busy stuffing my fat face. Tron! Land. Alright. Alright. Am I gonna bottom this ponder? Nah, I probably want to top the ponder. Get in there, you little miscreant, you. Jeff's face is the size of $1 now. That's terrifying for you. I apologize in advance. You know, get to the point where I need a haircut again. Ponder. Do 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 do. Beep beep do 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 do. Beep beep. How's Pauper treating us? We're just starting our 4th league. We've cashed every one of them so far. We've a 4-1 and 2 3-2s. Yeah, MTGO traders only let me buy, or only lets you get max 4 copies of a card from their website at a time. So I had to get 4, and 3 different on Snowlands. Nah, Matt doesn't get into formats like this. This is like almost EDH to Matt, right? This format's just like borderline EDH. Do I just brainstorm here since I have the Ash Barrens? Like, my hand's kind of mediocre, right? There's another counterspell on top of my deck I'd like to draw. I guess it's a little bit awkward. I guess I don't need red mana in this matchup, really, right? I don't really need red matchup. And I feel like I'm not going to need Gush for a while either. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to basic land cycling this and go get a island out of my deck. Yeah, we do have Skred in the deck, but I'm saying, like, in this matchup, like, this isn't like a Skred Lightning Bolt matchup, right? Oh, someone's asking why do we have Snowlands. Yeah, because we have Skred in our deck. They only have 2 cards left in their hand, and, like, we have a reasonable amount of pressure here. Next turn, we can Floop Ninja of the Deep Hours into play over this and play a Counterspell. So when this is unblocked, I can Ninja. Is that how this works? God, I haven't played a Ninjutsu card in decades. Oh, Ninja! Land, please. Ding. Just keep holding up my counterspell here. I probably just want to fetch blue again, right? So I can, like, play a Delver or this Faerie Miscreant back out and, like, hold up double counterspell. Is this matchup bad for us? I mean, like, I've had the option to get red. We just, like, don't need red. I feel like I've played this side before, and, like, I've played the Tron deck our opponent's playing in Pauper before, and I feel like this matchup's not terrible. Yeah, I'm choosing not to get red. Like, there's just, like, I haven't had a reason to get red mana. Like, our Skreds aren't good in this matchup. Our bolts are reach at some point, but, like, we'll draw lands at some point. Like, I literally need to be able to make 5 blue potentially next turn. Like, sure, I drew this Skred, but it's not actually good. At some point, it might be. Some of these decks don't even have creatures in their main, though. I guess they usually have Muldrifter and stuff. I mean, saying Storm doesn't care about permanent-based hate is kind of disingenuous, in my opinion. Like, yes, so whenever people talk about hate cards for decks like Storm, I think people always are like, oh, this one card beats Storm on its own. And no, the card doesn't beat Storm all on its own, but it's a reasonable piece in a winning puzzle towards beating Storm. Like, yes, it's not just, you're not going to play this card and your Storm opponent's going to concede, but, like, you're going to play this card in conjunction with other cards and pressure, and you'll beat Storm. Remember, it's not just the disruption that kills the combo decks, it's the disruption plus the clock that beats the combo decks. Yeah, it's like Blood Moon doesn't beat Tron. It's the clock that you pair with the Blood Moon that beats Tron. That's the important part. I think I'm gonna Brainstorm here, and then Augur of Bolas past my Brainstorm. Because the Skred isn't very good, right? I think I'm gonna put back these two. I guess putting the Faerie Miscreants into play has value because it lets me Spellstutter Sprite bigger things. Want to draw with my ninja before casting Brainstorm? I guess that's fair. A lot of them have outs to a lot of the well-built Storm decks have outs to Meddling Mage game 1 now. Playing like repeals and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take for a land. I'm not sure if they have sweepers in their main deck I'm supposed to be playing around. They very well could. Might just be too far all in here. I'm just not super familiar with like all the cards that they play offhand. Yep, that's fine. Yep. Alright, looking for a red source now. So we can bolt this and smack them. That's a red source, right? Their sweeper is justice. That makes sense. Alright, so... do I play this Miscreant out first? No, because I want to just try and kill them, right? Concedes. Alright, so... this is... how many Pyroblasts and Hydroblasts am I bringing in? Just all of them? Is it actually all of them? I think it's just 7, right? Stormbound Geist is good against the removal as well. Does this seem reasonable, chat? What do we think of this? Need to cut one card. I'm at 61 here. Actually, just mono blue splash Pyroblast post board. Are the Hydroblast good enough? Should I trim one of these? They probably have like bolts and stuff in there, especially post board. What one card do I cut here? 3 Hydros might be excessive. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. I'm gonna submit like this. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back, chat. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, seems pretty good, right? Pauper means commons only. So it's an all commons format. For cards to be legal, they must have been printed at common rarity at some point in their lifespan. I think I just lead on the Faerie Miscreant, right? Because unlike the off chance we hit a land naturally next turn, we can just ninja them right away. Definitely just want to dig for lands here. Hey, Colt. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate that. If you're having a good day. Island, please. Island, please. Brainstorm. Huh. I think I was going to brainstorm, right? Hey, Pengu Power with the 23-month resubscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. It's a long time. I think I want to just preordain past those. Just dig for more lands here. I was trying to develop my mana a little bit. If I played a land yet this turn? This is my turn 3. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'll attack with this. This other Faerie Miscreant can draw a card next turn, which is sweet. I can actually play this Faerie Miscreant and then ninja this one back to my hand and then draw another card with this one. This card's really sweet in this deck. Pauper's great. Serrated arrows. Do any of your upkeep if there are no... That's gross. That's really bad for us. That's really brutal for us. Yep. That's unfortunate. Alright. Get to go Miscreant here. So we're going to be killing something that can trip at least, so we've got that going for us. Also makes our Spellstutter Sprite a little bit better next turn. And then, like, we get to pick one of these back up and put Ninja back in next turn. Five cards in hand. So they have a lot of resources this game. We're definitely ahead on board, but they have a lot of resources currently. This is going to be a Seagate Oracle. So I can't Spellstutter Sprite this, unfortunately, because our opponent can Serrated Arrows us in response, which would put us 2 below 3 fairies. So Seagate Oracle is a little unfortunate for us because it does mean that they'll be able to block the Ninja of Deep Hour starting next turn. So once these go unblocked here, we'll go ahead and cast our Ninja, pick this up. And I assume they're going to kill this guy before it deals damage because it'll let this redraw an extra card. Interesting. Love to use Ninja's ability, thank you. I think I want to just hold stuff up here. I guess I can play the Faerie Miscreant out. It forces them to use this. I wonder if we're going to be able to power through these Serrated Arrows or not. The card's kind of a beating. Looks like we're going to miss a land drop next turn. We'll probably Gush and return some lands to our hand. Again, can't Sprite this because they'll just kill a Faerie Miscreant in response. Or the Spellstutter Sprite, one of the two. Correct. What does their current mana have to do with anything? Serrated Arrows doesn't have an activation cost. It's just like tap, give something -1/-1. Those are pretty good. I think I just want all of these, right? I could just do that, and then we play the waiting game here. Oh, I guess I could Gush. Gush puts me... Gush would put me over on cards. I could replay a land, though. Yeah, Spellstutter Sprite cares about fairies, not mana. Yeah, Spellstutter Sprite cares about the number of fairies. It's not Mana Leak Fairy, it's Hard Counter Fairy. Spellstutter Sprite is much better than Mana Leak Fairy. I've cast a lot of Spellstutter Sprites. I played that card in Modern way more than I should have. Alright, well. I'll start attacking you for one, I guess. Just nickel and dime you out. Mana Leak Fairy would be a nice complement to Spellstutter Sprite, but it'd be no Spellstutter Sprite, right? Like, Sprite's definitely stronger than that kind of card. Cycle Remote Isle, yep. They do have a pretty sizable mana advantage on us here, and now they hit Tron, so they have a huge mana advantage on us here. So I'm going to use my more expensive counterspell here first as a leadoff. I'm expecting some fight and fight back here. If this just resolves, I'm going to be pretty happy with that. Let's see what they use to fight back. If they red blast me, I think I'm going to Spellstutter Sprite them. I think I'm going to just do this. So they need 2 more counter spells here. They have to be able to beat this and this. Counter your Pyroblast, trigger. I guess they could try and kill... They could kill both of my fairies here. Yeah, if they serrated arrows that and they kill the Miscreant here, their thing could survive. So like maybe this is loose because of potential removal. Doomblade, alright. So now they need a counterspell to stop my Pyroblast. Alright, sweet. So we ended up getting a Doomblade for a Faerie Miscreant, which is good for us. I'm pretty surprised to win this fight, if we're being honest. Like, we were super behind on resources here, so the fact that we came out ahead on this fight is pretty massive. Yeah, it's not a Mana Leak Fairy for sure. Alright, well that feels good, and we've got resources left over here, so if they don't have some kind of threat to slam here, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, and they had 6 mana there. They had 2 floating plus 4 more, so the fact that we won that is pretty excellent for us. I'm going to float blue, and pick these up. Excuse me. That's a Pulse of Marasa, get back their Muldrifter. Yeah, that's pretty good. Stormbound Geist. Pass the turn here. This Muldrifter is unfortunately going to resolve this turn, which does suck for us. It's possible I should have just Hydroblasted their Pyroblast because our other tools could have been more useful later. Like the Hydroblast is kind of a narrow card to get to use in this matchup. It's like explicitly into counter Pyroblast. Sometimes the Streamlabs thing blinks out, usually catches back up. Looks like it's back alive again now. Yep. I've already played 1 Brainstorm this match, right? This game. I'm probably going to cycle this Ash Barrens just to be resource efficient. I'm basically spriting any 1 mana spell that they play here. Yeah, especially that one. That's great for me. I think I want to save this as a counter for a Pyroblast. Getting excluded. That's rude. Am I okay with them killing my Ninja of the Deep Hour? Yeah, I think I am. I think that's fine. The fact that exclude draws a card's kind of a tilt, but whatever. I have 2 cards left. The Spiritbound Geist is pretty reasonable for us. Yep. Thank you for the bits, Cult. I appreciate that. So the Seagate Oracle didn't attack for some reason. I'll cycle this. I have no reason to get a second red, so I'm just going to keep getting more blue. I guess we could draw double Pyroblast, but that seems pretty unlikely. I'm going to go and attack with this. Trade with the Muldrifter, or if they don't block, I get to Floop in Ninja of the Deep Hours. And they're down to 1 card here, so if we generate a little bit of card advantage here, we could snowball. Yeah, so let's do this. This is a little expensive. It's going to play 3 to put this back down, but getting to draw a card here is pretty valuable. Another Hydroblast is okay. Yeah, maybe I should have been using these Hydroblasts a little bit more aggressively. I feel like I maybe mismanaged them. I definitely think that I should only have 2 in my deck. This card feels okay, but it's definitely like a touch awkward, right? That's not good for us. What do you get? What are you getting? Ghostly Flicker. Oh, we're super dead to that, right? Just never beat that in a million years. Probably gonna do it during my upkeep. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I don't have anything in hand. Alright, let's try again on the play here. Do I want to change anything? I don't think so. I think I'm pretty happy with what I did. Yeah, we are still going. Fourth Pauper League of the afternoon / evening now. I think I mismanaged my counterspell fights there. Like, we came out ahead on the first one, but I feel like I spent the wrong... Like, I spent too many important resources to win that fight, and then, like, more important things happened afterwards. I have to go back and look at it again. Excuse me. This hand's great. Miscreant into Preordain, or Miscreant into Ninja. I'm gonna bottom that. Deck needs more Jace, right? The bot is currently dead. The donation queue is here. Sweet. If they don't have removal for this right away, they're going to be buried very quickly. Yeah, or just like even countering the Muldrifter on the way back down would have been fine too. Like, the fact that the Muldrifter entered play, like, when they hit the Muldrifter, they only had one card left in their hand, so if we would have been able to, like, take over from there, we would have been in a very good spot. Tap out for an artifact. Sweet. That means this ninja gets to draw another card, and we get to untap with counter magic up. So this feels like the type of game we can just run away with, right? Like, we have pretty nuts pressure on the play. If we just, like, draw some meaningful disruption here, we're going to run them out. Spellstutter Sprite, that certainly starts to qualify as disruption. So, like, now they need removal plus a counterspell. So, next turn they're going to need a removal plus 2 counterspells. And, like, this ninja is just going to feed us a constant string of cards. MTGO Traders only lets me buy... do I just let this happen? I think I'm just supposed to let this happen, right? I'm just supposed to, like, fight over their removal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's just fine. They do have Tron. That's scary. Seagate Oracle. I'm going to counterspell that because it shuts off my string of card advantage. I feel like they were baiting us here. Feels like they were baiting us. If they have, like, Muldrifter next turn, I guess we could be in trouble. Depending on what we draw here. So I'm waiting to play my land to see what spell we draw. Ash Barrens. I think I'm just preordaining here. Is there merit to holding up double Spellstutter Sprite? I think I'd rather dig for a Counterspell or a Pyroblast. Stormbound Geist. I don't want either of these. Just looking for more Counterspells at this point. It's really unfortunate. Feels like our strong start's going to run away from us here. We've just drawn a little bit too many lands. Yep, they were baiting us with the map because they just had Natural Tron. They wanted this to resolve so they could shut down our Ninja of the Deep Hours. It's really unfortunate that we don't have anything here. Well, honestly, Spellweaver, I think that's just because, like, the cards are fine in Modern. Like, 4 mana sorcery speed cards are slow and clunky in Modern. Spellstutter Sprite. I think we're dead, chat. I think we needed to hit another piece of interaction there, and we just didn't get there. We saw a lot of cards to find one of our 4 Pyroblasts or 3 more Counterspells, and just came up quite a bit short. It's unreasonable. How am I supposed to beat something with 2 toughness? I think chat was right. I forget which sub Lippily said you think you can cash with a good deck, but, like, we've cashed 3 out of 3 Pauper Leagues so far. Like, this is going to be the one we know 3-2 or better. The one where we're playing the best deck in the format. I don't think I want to trade Ninja for Muldrifter. I think that trade's bad for me. I don't know. Trading the Ninja for Muldrifter feels like a playing to lose slowly line as opposed to playing to win. Like, if I can rip a Pyroblast off the top and, like, force it through with these Spellstutter Sprites, like, maybe the Ninja can pull us back into this game by drawing more cards. But it definitely feels kind of hopeless at this point. Alright, I guess I'll Sprite this one. I probably should have Sprited the first one, honestly. This is a Faerie, so this can counter this Prophetic Prism. Just, like, put some pressure on the table and just, like, use our mana this turn. mean, Spellstutter's not stellar, and like we've drawn a lot of them, right? But I mean, like, we don't really have pressure outside of the Faerie Miscreant. Do I really have pressure with the Faerie Miscreant? Like, it doesn't exist, right? Like, you're telling me to trade my best card on the table for their shitty card that already drew 2 cards, so I can like attack them with a 1/1. Like, that seems terrible. You're like, trade your best card for their card they don't care about trading, so you can start attacking them with your 1/1 while they're at 14. Like, I agree, we're the aggro deck and they're the control deck in this matchup, but like, what you're saying doesn't make sense. It's not a winning formula. Pauper was treating us pretty good. And then we drew all the lands in our 18 land deck. Yeah, I think we're pretty dead here. I'm just gonna move on to the next one. Alright, starting off with the best deck with loss. Welcome to everyone that's still hanging out here tonight. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time content producer here on Twitch. I stream Magic anywhere between 30 and 40 hours a week. If you're enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch. Subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. They allow me to do what I do as often as I do it. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. We'd love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anoronics and you. Anoronics like to remind you to at least hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. It also lets you know when I go live and what formats I'm going live with. We actually had a really great question in chat there about that last match. It said, couldn't you cycle the Ash Barrens at the end of turn to thin? So in a deck like this, let's pull the deck back up and pull my shield page down. Because you're playing cards like Ponder and Brainstorm, in general, thinning a single land out of your deck is statistically insignificant, which means it's fine to do that if it doesn't cost you anything and you don't have any downside in your deck. But when we're playing cards like Brainstorm and Ponder, having a shuffle effect like that allows me, for instance, to cast Ponder and see 1 card that I want and 2 cards that I don't want, and then I can draw the 1 card that I do want with the Ponder, and then use the Ash Barrens to shuffle the other 2 cards away that I don't want to draw. Same thing with Brainstorm. I can draw 3 cards and then use the Ash Barrens to shuffle away the 2 cards that I put back on top of my deck that I might not necessarily want. So while you're correct, thinning gives you this very, very small, minute percentage. The chance that we draw a cantrip and want to be able to shuffle some of the cards that we see with that cantrip is a much higher gain than the potential big gain is much better to play to than the much smaller gain that's usually statistically insignificant of just doing the act of thinning a single land out of your deck. That's the TLDR on shuffle effects and cantrips. Look, Stilphinex, WotC is a small indie company. At some point, they're going to figure out how to print cards and not have them get leaked in advance. Like, once they've been doing this for, say, 25 years, they'll probably understand how this business works and not have critical things get leaked every single set almost, right? Like 25 years from the start, they'll have it figured out, right? Right? Is this why I don't get spoiler cards? Is this why I don't get spoiler cards? How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Hanging out, playing in some Pauper. It's our 4th Pauper League. If you're just joining us and you like Pauper, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All of the leagues that we play here today, like all of my leagues, are going to get uploaded there. And you can check them out. I break them up by deck and by format, so you can search for just the stuff that you want. This hand's pretty bad, right? Like 1 land, no cantrips. We need a Jeff Kappa E-boat. This hand's pretty good, right? Get to play a Delverino on 1 and then scry because I mulliganed and help flip him. apparently people that like watching Pauper don't like watching the good Pauper decks. It's kind of funny. We've dropped like almost 25% viewers since we started playing the blue-red deck. People, that's actually great for us, right? The Delver's not going to flip, but I can just put this into play, and then yeah, I think we're just playing the Ash Barrens, and we're gonna hit them with the Ninja on turn 2 here. Time for creatures. I know we're finishing this league. We always finish the league. We're playing until we have 3 losses or until we complete the league. Yeah, probably playing Modern again tomorrow. Goblin Cohort? Huh. Since we put a creature on top of my deck, I'm going to shuffle my deck in response here. Since I can't attack unless you've cast Yep, so let's get a random one on top of our deck here. Fuck you, Delver. Why do my Delvers never flip, chat? Why do my Delvers never flip? Well, and okay, so take my opinion on Pauper with a grain of salt, because we've only played, this is our 4th league today, and these are the first matches of Pauper that I've played in, I don't know, probably anywhere between 3 and 6 months. I'd have to look back on my YouTube channel to see when the last time I streamed Pauper was. But Pauper, to me, kind of feels like it has the deck diversity that you find in Modern with some of the sequencing decisions that you get in Legacy. And it has, there's this really interesting tension in the format, it feels like, because the spells are high quality while the threats are lower quality, generally speaking. Like Delver's obviously a great threat, but I think by and large the threats feel like they're pretty weak in this format, just because like the threats that you more commonly see played in a lot of formats are generally rare cards, and without those rares, we don't. Oh god, the Skred is good. I need a mountain. I guess I'm just putting. If I just put these islands back on, I'm just gonna put Sprite Island back and try and preordain into a mountain here. Dang. Hopefully this Skred lets us bridge to a win. I guess it's probably going to depend on how much removal they have. The fact that we flip both of these this turn gives us a real chance this game. That being said, one of the things that's kind of that we don't know about the Pauper metagame, I feel like, is that Pauper doesn't really have competitive prizes or tournaments where people play it consistently like other formats like Modern and Legacy. So I think it's probably a fair assessment to say that by and large the Pauper metagame is kind of underdeveloped. It's a Goblin Bushwhacker. We are so fucking dead. Isn't that a big complaint about Modern, though? The answers are... but the threats are so good that doesn't matter? Yeah, I think that's a complaint a lot of people have about Modern. But I mean, honestly, the answers in Modern are kind of fine. Like, we have Fatal Push and we have Path and we have Thoughtseize. Like, I think a lot of the people that complain about the answers not being good enough in Modern are just like people that want to jerk off to Force of Will. We are going to 0-3 with the good deck. Yes, we are. This card doesn't even do anything. Oh, I've got Hydroblast. God bless. God bless us. Every Hydroblast. God bless us. Every Hydroblast. Am I just doing this? I think I'm just trading counterspells for Hydroblasts. It's probably go down a Gush. Oh, this is definitely a Swirling Sandstorm matchup, right? Threshold, deal 5. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get in there, Swirling Sandstorm. I need you, Pikachu. I'd be very interested to see, like, what the Pauper format looks like in terms of power level, like, after a few months of having, like, Pauper Grand Prix or Opens or something like that. Nah, I think Ninja's fine. I think they're gonna be A-spacing us a lot. And we can, like, have Miscreant into Ninjas, and, like, Ninja's a 2-2 that's gonna trade with one of their poopers. Like, we need a way to actually kill them. I think Ninja hitting my opponent and drawing a card and then untapping and trading with one of their 2/2s is something we're perfectly fine with. Like, if my removal spell draws a card, like, that's fine. Like, he doesn't have the high ceiling that he has in other matchups in this matchup, because you're right, he's probably not going to hit them more than once, but if he hits them and then he hits them and then trades, that's fine for me, I think. It seems good. Yeah, but Counterspell doesn't solve any of the problems the interactive decks have in Modern. Counterspell doesn't help blue-white control and Jeskai beat decks like Dredge. Those are the obnoxious matchups that people talk about the answers not being good enough in. Like, the matches where things are really degenerate, where people complain about the answers not being good enough, those matches, Mana Leak is effectively Counterspell, right? Like, Mana Leak always counters their spells in the turns of the game where they're actually killing you. Yeah, I think Modern's great. I think Modern was swinging back to being in a really healthy spot with the introduction of humans to the format, and with Bloodbraid Elf and Jace in combination with the humans being introduced to the format, I think the format's ended up in a fantastic spot overall. Alright, so I definitely want these cards. The question is, how am I placing them? I guess I kind of want to just have Hydroblast up this turn, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to go Ponder, Wilds, Island. No, play this, smack you for 3. I mean, I think Counterspell would be fine. Like, people would play it over Logic Knot and Mana Leak because it's a strict upgrade. But I think it's a lot. It's actually Counterspell is a lot like Jace the Mind Sculptor is in the format. Honestly, Counterspell is a card that it's fine. You would play it in the decks, but it's not a card that fixes bad matchups that those decks have. It's just a card that's fine, that's slightly better than the other cards that they already play, but it's just going to help them in matches that are already generally good. Rats, they have 2 mana spells now. I was really hoping to Spellstutter Sprite something. I guess we can Spellstutter Sprite a Kicked Goblin. No, the Kicked Goblin costs red, right? Like actual factual counterspell? Or something slightly different? Human Wizard. Fairy Wizard. I like how quiet we're being tonight. Well, after 8 o'clock, my kids are asleep upstairs, and my wife will be asleep soon too. So, obnoxious Jeff mostly stays in the afternoons and the mornings. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm still obnoxious, but I gotta be slightly quieter. I'm gonna bottom that. I would love to top a lightning bolt, and we're just winning this race, right? We have another Spellstutter Sprite lined up. Yeah, I agree with Cliffy. You'd have to have something like Mana Drain, and that card is far more powerful than Counterspell, right? I think it's a mix of some people slow rolling Trevor and some people just like being really shit at using the interface. Like, it's like people that I play against, I'm constantly ahead on clock, and I'm like posting to Twitter and reading chat and answering questions, and like I'm still up on clock while doing like 3 different things. I also think there's just like a healthy mix of like people who aren't streaming also being distracted while playing Magic Online, right? That we should applaud Wizards of the Coast for that. I really feel like we need to reward good behavior and like give them a thumbs up. Like them just like, I'm just gonna say it, them being fucking adults and being like, yeah, we messed up, there were leaks and they suck, but they're real, let's confirm them, instead of like leaving all this wild speculation run. It's just like, that's a good step for them as a company. Like, that's not something I would have expected them to do. It's okay, Wizards of the Coast, I still love you. You made a mistake. It's okay. It's okay to mess up. mean, yep. Opponent said enough. Submit here. It is a big leak. You're not wrong. Fat leak is an accurate description of what occurred. It is a fat leak. I mean, yeah, this is certainly a keep rate. Augur of Bolas is excellent. Hydroblast is excellent. Skred's pretty good. It's gonna be great, Burgle, right? Like that's great too, right? That's like actually just like designing a quality card with modern in mind. It actually makes Bloodbraid worse too, though, right? I think I just blast this one. Just take one here. Yeah, I agree that it's totally fine, but I was just confirming. I think I'm just gonna play Augur, be resource efficient here. I could like Skred plus Ponder, but that seems loose. I think I'd rather just like put my 1/3 into play. Almost missed. This fucking card, man. This card. I'm declaring this entire modern format a lame duck until this artifact is printed. When does Dominaria release now? Like, now I'm kind of excited. This is just like an easy block, right? Like if they had removal, they'd have killed it. They have mutagenic growth. What a blowout. What a blowout. Our hand is great. We're going to be 1-1 with the best deck. It's exciting. That's sad. Deep. Now I feel bad that I didn't attack with the Spellstutter Sprite or cast a cantrip here. Really just want to land. I mean, I guess that qualifies. Lets me bolt plus play Spellstutter this turn. This card's really good. It's got sweet design. Well designed. Hopefully they play a 1-drop pre-combat. So I can Sprite it and then bolt this and eat this one. God, stop it, opponent. Some of us are trying to cast Spellstutter Sprites here. Yeah, just throw up if they have a mutagenic growth. I guess I could Sprite a mutagenic growth. Card's great, Moby. We're super excited about it. Looking for bolts and Skreds at this point. Hydroblasts. Just all of the candy right there. All of the candy. Please give me a card to Spellstutter Sprite, opponent. Please give me a card to Spellstutter Sprite, opponent. Please give me a card to Spellstutter Sprite, opponent. I really just want a Sprite. I just want a Sprite. Deep to deep. Hopefully they have a Bushwhacker here. The fuck is that? Good lord. card. That hurts. Dash. Man, when was the last time I saw Dash printed on a card? Taking these hits is going to be the death of me. I have to play a Delver out this turn. Can I even play a Delver out this turn? I kind of have to hold this up, right? I think we're gonna die. I think I got ahead of ourselves. Thought we were doing well, but then I just they just kept not having 1-drops in their hand. I just really needed to sprite something. Maybe I'm supposed to play a Delver here? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore, chat. Yep, we're pretty dead. We're pretty dead. Yeah, but so Wannabe Beetle, the big difference between Sphere and Blood Moon is there's 2 differences actually. 1, every deck can play the Sphere. And 2, you can play the Sphere turn 2 on the draw. Which that's huge. That is an enormous deal. You get to play a turn 2 on the draw, so that way they can't turn 3 Karn you, and then you have a turn to play Fulminator Mages and apply more pressure and protect it. I realized I wasn't dead that turn. I conceded because I could stack both of our decks at that point and not be able to win the game. I'm aware. I'm aware that I could have gone to 1. The thing that most people miss is that it's not about just surviving that turn. You have to actually live through the game. You have to live through the next turn too. And there wasn't a combination of draws that allowed me to live through the next turn. They're playing a second box Opal for Cheerios. It's not quite that bad, Burgle. It's kind of that bad. They're not going to even play 4 of them. Alright, I am ready to finish 0-3ing this league with the best deck in the format. My body is ready. My body is ready. But Burgle, you were trying to get me down. The new Sphere, that card's good against Cheerios, and you can play it in every deck. Play it in every deck. Man, this new card, it's gonna be like the Spellskite of the format, huh? It's just gonna be the Spellskite of our current modern format. It's gonna be quite excellent. Jeez, I get to. What do I want to do here? Probably just go get a mountain. Opponent missed a land drop. That's good for us. I like it. Bold strategy. Let's see how it pays off for him. It is a mandatory. I don't know about 4 of. Okay, yeah, it's probably a 4 of. You're right. All of our fair decks start with 71 cards now. They're definitely playing Stumpy. Oh, you know what? They play fucking Vines of the Vastwood and stuff, right? I should have bolted this on my turn. Maybe we're just using the Bolt to race. Maybe I'm gonna flip this Delver and use the Bolt to race. No, JK. Should have done this on my turn and saved 2 points of damage. Should have done this on my turn and saved 2. God, do they have a mutagenic growth? God, Phyrexia mana cards are the worst. Why are those legal? Why were those printed? This is a mutagenic growth, isn't it? This is a do I want to save my Nettle Sentinel with a mutagenic growth tank? Oh, that's vomit inducing. Oh, God, why? Why? Oh, God. Wait, we're putting a Basking Root Wall into play? Sure. And they're doing it now so they can't get Spellstutters rated. What a tilt. Of course, there's a snow-covered island on top of my deck. Preordain, hopefully set this Delver up. We're pretty dead, right? If we 0-3 this, I think we're going to be done for the night. Feeling kind of beat. Kinda. I don't think you're going to board that card in against Snapcaster Mage decks most of the time, right? He's a Gush, could be anything. You're not wrong. Could technically be anything. We are just like super hosed here, right? I have Electrickeries, which doesn't really kill anything they play. I have these Swirling Sandstorms, which kind of kills their stuff. Matt, in true Hogland fashion, we cashed 3 leagues in a row with decks people told me were mostly unplayable, and now we're playing the best deck in the format, and I think we're about to 0-3 with it. Just, is there anything more Hogland than that? Is there anything more Hogland than that? Alright, Ponder, I guess. I don't even know. We're just so dead. We're just so dead. Does the thing say blue-black Delver? Did I type it wrong? Oh, it's UR Delver. I have these. I guess I'm doing that. This is not a keep. Needs a second land. Seems good. So go Faerie into Miscreant. Or Faerie into Ninja, sorry. God bless you, flying 1/1. God bless you, flying 1/1. I haven't looked at spoilers. I've just seen what people have posted in chat. I'm gonna have a busy night after the stream is done here. I'm gonna format and post my videos, read my messages, and then dig into everything that's popped up here today. All right, Skred plus Bolt plus Delver. Like maybe we can power through what's going on here. Maybe. It doesn't hose BBE. It just makes BBE slightly worse, right? Like you're gonna have to pay a mana for the thing. It makes BBE a 5-drop, is what it does. It makes Bloodbraid Alpha 5-drop. I can never beat a young wolf, a young wolf, a young wolf. We can never beat a young wolf. Do 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 do. Guess I should just save this bolt, right? Because I can go to the dome. Do we get to watch the digging in? Nah, I'm gonna take like 20 minutes and decompress, 20-30 minutes to get all my work done. And like dick around on Facebook and check other stuff too. Check in with my wife, who... That is one of the downsides of doing these streams at this time slot, is like Christy's been home for a while, and I was streaming before she got home, so she got home and did stuff and is doing stuff upstairs, and I haven't really seen her yet for the day. Hopefully this bolt will be able to clear out whatever they set up this turn, and we can connect with... Why does it regenerate, chat? Why does it regenerate? Oh, chat. Why does it regenerate? No. No, it still casts the cards. You have to pay. It's like when you cascade into a card with Trinisphere out or Thorn of Resistance. I want to draw this. I don't really want to draw that. Alright, here's the plan, chat. It's put this Faerie Miscreant into play and attack them in the air and bolt their face. That's the plan. This is the plan. It's not a good plan, but it's what we've got. Alright, they're going down to 15. They're going to 12. They're going to 8. They're going to 5. They're going to 1. Kill me before I kill you, opponent. Kill or be killed. It's a kill or be killed kind of world, chat. So they actually talked about that, Cliffy. Part of the problem with changing all of that verbiage everywhere is that some of their cards involve referencing plural people, like multiple opponents, because of multiplayer Magic, and it creates some obscurity or confusion in the actual rules of the game to use those plural pronouns, I believe they said, in every space. Because, like, they could be referring to multiple people. So in the context of some cards and like the rules of the game, it actually functionally could make the card be perceived as working differently than it's intended to. Because like he or she is generally accepted as like singular vernacular, right? Just like this is referring to a singular person. Yeah, I think it was Mark Rosewater or someone had a post about it on his blogatog or something like that. I remember this coming up pretty recently, and there was a reason for why they do it the way they do it. It seemed like a good reason. All right, I guess we're just looking for more lightning bolts here to try and close this game out. We're probably dead here. Okay, I have to trade this Ninja Deep Hours for this Young Wolf here. Probably have like Pump Spell plus Vines of the Vastwood and just stick it thoroughly inside us. Yep. Alright. Well, do this. Die to Vines of the Vastwood or any number of other things. Yep. Super dead. Alright. I think that's going to be the end of our Pauper adventures for the night. This was the deck I had the highest expectations for, chat. This was it. This was supposed to be the chosen one. And we did way worse than with all the sweet decks. At any rate, thank you everyone that hung out through the end of our Pauper stream this evening. Big shout out to all of our new subs and followers, as always. And I'll be back at some point tomorrow. I need to figure out exactly when. I only have this sitter 3 days a week, so I'll probably be on a little bit later tomorrow after Christy gets home from work. I'll see. I might talk to her and see if she can get home a little bit early, depending on what her workload looks like. So at any rate, I will be on tomorrow, and I'm going to be on at various points over the weekend, this weekend. So, as always, make sure you follow the channel if you want notifications of when I'm going live. And if you use Twitter, be sure to follow me on Twitter, because I always post which decks we're going to be playing, usually the morning or afternoon of before we go live, so you can get kind of a feel of what we're going to be playing. We went 3-2 with the Tribe deck. And if you missed any of the other Pauper decks that we played Blue-White Tribe, and we played a Black-Red Tortured Existence deck, which that one was my favorite. That deck ground a lot, and it's a lot of fun. And we played a Mono Green Tron deck. I'm going to go hit publish on the first 3 of those videos on my YouTube channel here momentarily, and then this video will go up there as well if you didn't see us get skunked in the first 2 matches. So, will I play Pauper again someday? That's going to depend on just viewer statistics, if I'm being honest. I'm going to look at the stats from this stream compared to my Legacy and Modern streams of similar length, and I'm going to look at the stats of how the Pauper videos do on my YouTube channel, and if it seems like they're comparable to, at the very least, Legacy, like I don't expect it to be as popular as Modern necessarily, but if the numbers are good at least as Legacy will probably do this again in the future, but if it looks like they're pretty significantly worse than that, I'm not sure. Like, I've kind of been keeping an eye on the viewer count, but it's hard to know exactly what it is, so I'll just look at the data as a whole and make an informed decision, I think. At any rate, I will catch all y'all on later, and thanks for hanging out through the end tonight. Go enjoy some Dominaria leaks. I know I am this evening.